And thank you for joining us today for yet another episode of The Blue Flag. Today we're going to be talking about something that seems to be one of the most commonly discussed things about or among the IndyCar series fans, and it is driver-fan interactions. So, I've been going to the Indy 500 Legends Day for the past 3 years now, I think it is. Yeah, 3 years. You get to, Legends Day is the day before the race, and you get to meet the drivers at the speedway. You also get to meet the previous drivers, so like the legends, as they're called, who are previous drivers who raced like a long time ago, like several years ago, or even like just like 10 years ago or something like that. But one of the things that IndyCar drivers like to talk about is like, who's like which driver is the most like unfriendly of all of them toward the fans. And so I belong to this Facebook group called the IndyCar series, and one day I posed a question, who was in their opinion the least fan-friendly driver. And each of them said one driver, like Elio Castroneves or Tony Kanaan or something like that. But something I learned is that like some of the drivers that were like really friendly to me had been like unfriendly to some of those people. And this is just something I'd like to talk about, So I have always been a very big Marco Andretti fan. I got to meet him for the first time. It was like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, something like that. And I remember him being like super friendly to me. I've met him like every year after that. He's been super like friendly and nice and everything. But a lot of people, I don't know, like, so a few years ago, like, and back early in his career, he used to like not be very friendly apparently. And he used to kind of like avoid fans because he didn't really he just didn't seem to be comfortable with all the attention. But one of the things that's important to remember is that every driver has their moment, and every driver is gonna have like an off day or a day where they're like just not really in a good mood. For example, Tony Kanaan. So in one of the users had commented in the comment section that that once Tony Kanaan kind of just walked past her when she wanted to get an autograph. He was kind of walking fast. But I remember when I met him, like every time I met him, he was like super nice and he talked to us and everything. But so yeah, I mean, like every driver is gonna have those days where they're just in a bad mood and stuff like that. Second is just personality. You have to, I mean, there are plenty of shy people in this world, and you have to remember, like, even though these people are famous, some of them are going to be shy and, like, more introverted and stuff like that. For example, Will Power, one of the women talked about in the group, it was a woman who talked about, she commented about how Will was kind of shy, he didn't really talk that much, and she thought that he was being, like, unfriendly, but, he's just always had a more, like, introverted personality. He's kind of shy. And even people who talked about, like, Marco being, like, unfriendly toward fans, like, dodging fans and stuff like that. Someone who knew Marco personally, like, knew his family and everything, talked about how, like, he was always, like, very shy growing up and has always had, like, a shy personality. He's even said that himself in an interview, but, he's grown up and, like, getting all the attention about, like, being an Andretti and stuff like that. Because, his grandpa Mario won the Indianapolis 500 in 1969. Michael was also very famous. He never won the Indy 500 in 16 attempts, but, but he always grew up, like, in that attention, and, like, all the attention kind of, like, bothered him because of his, like, shy personality and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, personality is definitely going to have, like, an effect on, like, whether they, like, are comfortable with talking to fans or not, but yeah, for the record, Marco has really, like, opened up over the years, and, like, I remember, even this past, Legends Day, I was at the Indy 500. I've been going every year since 2007, so at Legends Day this year, when I met Marco, I told him about how I was like a super big fan of his. I'd been a fan since 2007. I even gave him this Saint Sebastian pendant of mine that I had for a while. He because Saint Sebastian is the Catholic patron saint of athletes. And so Marco is like Catholic, so he wasn't like offended by that, and he appreciated it. He said it was like, wow, that's awesome, man, thank you. And yeah, he's really opened up over the years, so yeah, just for the record. But I mean, yeah, once again, every driver is gonna have their moment, and like, for example, I met Elio Castroneves. I've met him twice now in the 3 times I've gone to Legends Day. The first time I met him, he really wasn't talking to any of the fans. He was actually just watching a replay of an interview that he was in. But he didn't really talk to us that much. But the second time when we went back, he was like he was friendly. He was talking to us and everything. But I mean, I've kind of thought that he kind of just likes the attention. He kind of likes himself a bit too much. But, hey, that's just my opinion. Like, if you're an Elio Castroneves fan, like, I still respect your opinion. Like, even though he kind of just likes the attention, is a bit full of himself, like, he still is, like, friendly and everything. Can be funny. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave you guys there. That's my time so far. Don't forget to check out the other podcasts, the other videos on this channel. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm the broadcaster, signing off.